Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it's Thursday, aka we made it through the little time skip between filming the previous video and this and moving forward. So I've had some time to play test our friend's submission deck. And again, that was a submission of how to mix Dark Necrofear and the Masked Beast into the Darkness Below. Really cool deck. And like I said, I wasn't going to be able to do too much because the base foundation for that build was already just so good. What it came down to was, were there any cuts and mods I could make? And through playtesting, here's what we came up with that was working. So before we go over the skill, let me just say I was able to lower the main count by 4 cards. So it is still a 21 card deck, but due to the skill, it's still going to work. So skill card one more time. Once per turn, you may activate this skill during your own main phase, and when you do, discard 1 normal fiend monster to use one of the following effects. Either draw 1 card and flip this back over, or if there's 4 more normal fiend monsters with different names in the graveyard, you may add a monster from the deck to the hand and then flip this card over. So this is going to be how we will search out our Dark Necrofear. And again, if you guys want to make this like a strict 20, you could probably put Necrofear down to 1. I'm still running it at 2 because honestly it was working. So just real quick, let's go over the monsters. Same base vanilla lineup that we already had from Anthony's build. We've got the Arcfiend Soldier as our strongest. Spirit is our set it and forget it defense. And then just a group of 4 really great 1800 point cards between Gilgarth, Lajin, Opticlops, and Zure, the Knight of the Dark World. So these guys lend out to a pretty cool monster lineup. Again, we are going to keep the Dark Necrofear in here because, again, it's super, super good. So just to recap, you have to play it from the hand first. It's played by banishing 3 fiends from the discard pile. And when it leaves the field as a monster, you can come back as an equipped spell, possess one of our opponent's monsters, and give us the control over that card. So again, just really good monster card altogether. One of the big things I changed in here was like I boosted the Masked Beast to 3. Because again, we saw Anthony play the Curse of the Masked Beast with a double advanced writ art. And honestly, this is going to make it a little bit easier for you to do said Curse of the Masked Beast. Just in case you wanted to trade 1 and then maintain these other cards in order to be more aggressive to the opponent. Because theoretically, you could Ritual, Summon on special, and also Normal all in the same turn, and have 3 really big fiends all at once. The other thing we traded up for was we traded for 3 Sonic Birds. Because again, the Ritual spell's more important. We're already drawing an extra card per turn. We already have the ability to then search out our field spell, or sorry, ritual spell. But you should almost always start, and again, during playtesting, we almost always started with the Masked Beast already in hand. So it was really just a matter of getting the right ritual and picking the ritual based on your current hand. So that was important. Moving on to the spells, we had still run the 2 advanced writ arts. This allows us to drop any 2 of our normal fiends out of the deck to the discard pile. And the reason, again, we're doing singleton instead of doing like a almost like a 3 Arcfiend Soldiers here, is because of the Into the Darkness Below skill card. Now, if you wanted to trade out skill cards, and I'm not sure why you would, you could, in fact, just bump the Soldier to 3, at which point you'd be playing more of an aggressive build for this. But the Into the Darkness Below really helps us in a pinch later in order to get Necrofear into hand. It's really to help tutor him, as well as set the hand early in the game to get to the rest of our stuff. Single Curse, Masked Beast, still running it. Still good. Still has plays. Still running the Book of Moon, the Cosmic Cyclone, and the Night Beam. And again, you guys could choose to throw the Cosmic Cyclone to the wayside. You guys could use Double Night Beam. You guys could use Galaxy Cyclone would be good. I always want to call it Galactic. Either way, this would still be good. And I cut it down to 1 trap. I cut it down to just the Floodgate trap hole. The reason this will be good later, like more important later, is we've already seen Dark World start to approach the game. And once Dark World is fully in the game and we have cards that allow them to summon more than one of their Dark World monsters at a time, Floodgate Trap Hole will take over for Book of Moon. Just because we want to be able to trap more cards at a time. Otherwise, I tend to go with the Book of Moon as it's more spot removal, and I can activate Book of Moon whenever. But I kept your Floodgate in here for now because I do agree. I do agree that your Dark World cards will start seeing more play as we move forward, and they will eventually get to the point where they will be summoning more than one monster at a time. So this is the 21 card main deck. Just scooch the skill back in here. Real quick, guys, if you want to go ahead and either screenshot this if you're on mobile or tablet, or go ahead and pause and make your notes. I will be right back with the extra and side decks in just a moment. And starting with the extra deck, you guys will see my very good, very generic extra deck that I use for everything. We will have our Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. We will have our Cyber Blader, our Cyber End, our Destiny End Dragoon, our Ojama King, and of course our Thousand Eyes Restrict. Again, I always use Waking the Dragon in the side deck. Sometimes it's one, most of the time it's two. Until that thing sees itself on a list, I will continue to play these. Again, you have so many options, so many different ways to actually turn the game around once Waking the Dragons has been activated. But we tend to use this for games 2 and 3 only. In the side deck, I do keep the 1 copy of Foolish Burial. I know I could have made it 2. I prioritized 2 copies of Lost Wind for our ability to negate the effects of special summon monsters as well as having their attack values and the reuse ability. So technically 2 Lost Winds, like having 4 Lost Winds. It's cool. I do tech in a Mind Crush because, again, there's still a decent enough amount of cherry picking. And again, when you just gain more experience through play, you guys will understand like this trap just keeps getting better and better the more that you play the game. Because as you get more familiar with strategies, you understand what your opponent's going to need once they start doing something. So like, again, I always hate to mention Dragon Caller because I do it all the time. But when you see them resolve the skill, you know that they're going to go ahead and do something. It's a trap card, just activate it during their turn. Go ahead and hit the card that you don't want to see complete their skill chain. It's fine. And then 2 copies Waking the Dragon. This helps us make the extra deck live. And then games 2 and 3, like when they go after like the Floodgate, Trap Hole, the Cosmic Cyclone, the Book of Moon, all those quick plays, Waking the Dragon is going to psych them, and it's going to let you drop just a huge boss character. And depending on where you are in the game, like if it's towards the beginning, you don't have any monsters, whatever happened, it's a quick drop for Oja King. Cool, you don't have monsters this turn. That's great. Or you go into, Destiny and Dragoon or Cyberblade or Thousand Eyes Restrict, or you pick the route you want to go, my friends. So that's it. There wasn't much that I could do to improve this because this deck was already really, really, really fun and had a bunch of synergy the way it was built. So again, Anthony, thank you for sharing your deck. I hope everybody enjoyed your version yesterday. I hope that you kind of enjoyed this one today. And hopefully we'll get to see you guys again tomorrow. So yeah, just have a wonderful night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And come by and check it out again next time. Later.